What's going on? It's Andy coming to you on a Monday. And if you are one of these new NHL bettors, or should I say new hockey bettors that I've been hearing about, let me explain you a thing or two about the NHL and how it works. On the days that you definitely want to watch hockey the most, the days that you're like, oh, I'm coming home after work, show me a full slate of games so I can forget about all the things that happened at work, about the Penske files, all the stuff at that meeting that I just don't want to do, and show me 14 games of hockey. Give me hockey on a Monday, give me hockey on a Wednesday to get me through the week. How many games are on? Oh, 2? Thanks.
Oh, no.
When I made videos for Instagram, I did more comedy videos, and I had more time because I didn't have to do this for all you people. I always thought, okay, I'm going to put these out on days when people are likely to have the least stuff going on. The days that they're most likely to be like, And to me, that was always Monday, and my whole life, I've called Wednesdays Rusty Wednesdays. That's my nickname for Wednesdays. If you went out, there was never people out on it's Rusty even college kids who go out every single night of the week. It was, oh, come on, I'm not going out Wednesday. It's Rusty Wednesdays. And yet we're going to get, 2 NHL games? We have 2 tonight, but we will roll up our sleeves and try to find something in there because tomorrow we got ourselves a big slate with a whole bunch of those line combinations that I always tell you guys about, the same line combinations that I'm sure anybody who joined the Patreon over the weekend loved, because we ended up a solid plus 24 units over the weekend, bringing our month of February, our shortened month of February. You had to cut out 10 to 12 days because of the face-off, scam-off, face-off, scam-off. And we're at plus 60 for the month of February. And I'll try to give you some of those line combos tonight, but the problem is, my friends, I see a game on this slate. It smells like an under. Final third of the season. You have 2 teams in a division who are kind of vying for tops in the division, one more so than the other at the moment. But you're looking at the Vegas Golden Knights, who just jumped into first recently over the Edmonton Oilers, and then the Kings, who are in third in that division, who want to make a late play. Now, here in the final third of the season, when you have 2 divisional opponents, I mean, even if you're an NFL bettor, NBA, I don't know, they probably don't care. Division, non-division rival, they're just never trying. But in the NFL, like if you get an Eagles, Cowboys late in the season, or you get some sort of divisional opponent, they always tell you those are the toughest games. Those are the teams know each other so well, so much is on the line. It's not all too dissimilar in the NHL. And when you get teams like the Vegas Golden Knights with Bruce Cassidy, a team built on defense, and then a team in the LA Kings who are notorious for defense, this has the makings of an under. I know you guys don't love unders, but this one has the making of an under, so I'm going to look for specific unders along the way. The first, when it comes to finding unders in game, it always to me starts with the classic under 6.5. That's my barometer for unders. I don't like taking under 5.5s. I know this one's going to be listed at 5.5, but I need to know in a 3-2 game in the third, if there's an empty net goal, I'm all right. I don't have to sweat an empty net, or there are a few things worse than that. So we're going to do what we like to call bump it up. Don't you know? Bump it up. Don't you know? You've got to bump it up. We're going to bump it up from 5.5 to 6.5, and we're going to find a little escort. We're going to find something to take with that under 6.5 that's going to bring this to either even or close to even, minus 110, plus 110, something like that. And I see someone on the Vegas Golden Knights that fits the billing for me. A guy who they acquired recently, but more notably, I don't see him listed on either power play. So I'm going to go with the under 6.5 in this game, and the under 0.5 point for Brandon Saad. That's an even bet. But you don't even have to, because I know some of you are going to say, I can't take an under 6.5 with the under on it. How about this one? There are many players in this league. They drive the line. You can put anybody on their line, and you're going to see some productive players. And Jack Eichel is one of those players. He's the driver of any line that he's on. Go look at Jonathan Marchessault's success. Go look in the Olympics What a scam, huh? The tourney that we just watched a couple days ago. He had an assist in every single game but one. He drives the line that he's on. And Mark Stone just accumulated a whole season's worth of points while playing alongside him all year long. Well, last couple of games, Mark Stone has been sent down, and he's no longer on Jack Eichel's line. And we're going to see him once again on that line with, I think, Howden and Brandon Saad. And to me, in what looks like it's going to be a low-scoring divisional game with a lot of playoff implications, I once again, like last game before that, the under half of a point for slow Mark Stone. You always do have to worry about a power play point. He's lingering on that perimeter on the left side. But as long as it doesn't come through that, I like my chances. What you're seeing, this under on Mark Stone, that's priced as if, oh yeah, that's early season. He's playing with Eichel. He's on the top power play with Eichel. Yeah, that's his point price. But we're not getting that. We're getting Stone off that line, and we like to call this trickle-down snakeonomics. You get sent down, and we get a good value, we're going to take that under. You get sent up, you're promoted, we're going to take that over. So Mark Stone under half, as long as he's playing off of Eichel's wing, and these Vegas Golden Knights are playing in these low-scoring kind of games like the way they have been, I like that under half of a point. But, you know, there are promotions, demotions. He's an under half of a point that I like. If you're looking for an over half of a point, you saw Shea Theodore leave the Olympics. I mean, he was the defenseman running the top power play of the Vegas Golden Knights. So he's out of there. Who did they send in? They sent Noah Hanifin, a very capable replacement. Early in the season when Theodore missed some time, he was on that top power play. He had stretches last season. I think in the playoffs he was running that top power play. We know he can do that pretty efficiently. And the point prop price you're getting on him, that's not the price of somebody who's a power play one defenseman. It's straight up not. We'll look at another one right after this in the other game, but we're looking at Hanifin plus 150, plus 155 for a point. That's a fantastic point prop price. And if this is all just way over your head, whoa, I don't know, what is all this stuff? Then I'm going to have to find a Pizzeria Pick for you. And a Pizzeria Pick means you don't know any sort of smart bets. You just need, like, to walk into a pizzeria.
What's up, boys? How we doing?
And a guy behind the counter takes your bets.
So what do you guys want?
And the bets can only be...
What do you guys want?
Money line. Sometimes he won't even take totals.
Come on. You may be at home, but not at the pizza restaurant. Come on, guys.
But you just want a money line. Just like when I gave you the Ducks. Am I celebrating that? No, but now you can say you brought it up, so you are. I like the LA Kings in this game at home against the Vegas Golden Knights, a team trailing the opposing team in the division. This is going to be in LA, and the reason I bring that up is look at LA's home record. Fantastic home record, and they kind of need these points more than the Vegas Golden Knights, who have been playing very well. They've been winning games in low-scoring fashion. I think the Kings win a low-scoring game here, which is why if I take the Kings, I'm going Kings and under 7.5.
And then what?
Man, I don't even think they allow that in the pizzeria, but I like the Kings in the pizzeria.
You got it. All right.
So that's what I got for you there in that pivotal matchup in the division. But I'm not done talking about that division because I also see value in divisional futures. I'm showing you odds here that if this was 3 days ago, at the end of the nation's tournament, the Edmonton Oilers were essentially minus 150. It varied. I think maybe minus 140 on some sites to win the division. So because of two awful losses, something that Edmonton always does when they come in cold, they have rough stretches. Now you can get them at plus 145 to win the division, and they're a mere 2 points behind the Vegas Golden Knights. We know that the Edmonton Oilers are that type of team that can rip off 13 straight wins. And the way things were last year, losing that Game 7 on the road, you got to think the Oilers know how important home ice is, especially over Vegas, who they lost to when Vegas had home ice advantage 2 years ago. So if you're giving me now to the end of the season and you're showing me plus 145 on the Oilers to win the division when this was minus 145 2 days ago, yeah, back-to-back embarrassing losses. It's the regular season. I don't give a rat's ass. Final 20 games, you'll probably see the closest versions of these teams, like the realest version of them, and I will take the Oilers to outdo whatever Vegas does. I mean, Vegas might make some crazy deadline acquisitions like always, but Mark Stone ain't getting any healthier as this year goes on. Maybe that's why they sent him down to line 3. But I'll take Edmonton to win this division at plus 145. And now we got this other game, which, trust me when I tell you, this is way more this is a way trickier game because I know. If you don't know what you're looking at, you just go, oh my God, the worst team in the league versus the best team in the West. This is going to be a mauling. I mean, I can't reiterate this anymore. I just told you on Friday that the undefeated Patriots can easily lose to the winless Lions. Easily. Because teams, just like you would, just like when you used to play your favorite video game. What was your favorite video game? Let me know in the comments. You know when you played that kid that you knew you could destroy, you mailed in like that first half, whether it's FIFA, maybe you played NHL. I mean, it may have been a close score after 2. Maybe it was tied. And then you knew when it was time to end it, you would finally find a way in the end. You have teams who glance over the worst teams in the league. That's why you see so many absurd underdogs beat teams who are way out of their league. I mean, we've seen Chicago beat the Colorados, Dallas beat the best teams in the league. So I wouldn't just say right away, oh yeah, let's go Winnipeg there. Let's go to Winnipeg and then just take them for a win, combine that. Oh yeah, that's it, we're good. Especially when considering the price. So you got to kind of open that book and see what the hell they have, and then you see where those values are. And as I tell you, the value's always in player props. We just talked about N.Hanifin running that top power play, great point prop price. Well, he's playing because Shea Theodore got injured in the Four Nations. Well, there's another guy who got injured or at least sick. I don't know what he is other than not playing tonight, and that's Josh Morrissey. He typically would run the top power play. So now that he's out, they're taking the power play 2 defenseman, sticking him on the power play 1, and that is N.Pionk. You have N.Pionk running the top power play against one of the worst teams, the worst team in the league after that team played last night. So this is kind of out of Josh's handbook. You take that power play 1 defenseman for an assist. So give me that N.Pionk assist plus 120. Obviously, I'm fine with the point as well. It's minus 110, but I like that plus 120. And then let's try a little sprinkle. 2 assists, N.Pionk plus 800. And then if you want a little power play correlated combo, you could honestly do this in both of the games. Here we would go Ehlers for an assist with a N.Pionk point. And then back in that other game, we would take Jack Eichel assist with a N.Hanifin point. Now, to explain how that works, those are the power play perimeter guys. So if you have Eichel, move it to Hanifin, shot to the net, Hurdle tips it in, same type of thing. If you have Ehlers running the right side of the power play and he gives it to Pionk, wrist shot, tipped in, Velarde, it's the power play correlated defenseman with the forward giving you fantastic prices. And you'll see those on the spreadsheet along with my other concoctions for the night. That'll be over there on the Patreon. I hope to see you guys over there. We're plus 60 for the month. I know you guys kind of had, it's always fun to see the group chat get excited for a grand total of 5 minutes until they're like vampires thirsty for more blood. And that synthetic blood from True Blood ain't cutting the mustard. They want that real blood. They want that full NHL slate, which we have tomorrow on Tuesday, which is when I will talk to you next. I will see you guys tomorrow for another round of NHL Sniffs. But before that,
hey, this is John Butchergrass from ESPN reminding you to like, comment, subscribe, because Andy clearly isn't going to do it.
What was that ruckus?